Hey everybody, how are you? This is Peter again. I'm here to talk about MLB discussions as I always do in the last couple of videos. And if you watch my last couple of videos, I wanted to talk about Mike Hazen, and then I wanted to talk about the Arizona Diamondbacks on a couple of dream trades that I would like to have. Yesterday I mentioned how they can get Mookie Betts, and today I wanted to mention part two of that because yesterday Mookie Betts was kind of a dream trade for me, but I wanted to mention a realistic trade today for us. And I am going to talk about other teams besides my favorite team, the Diamondbacks, but I wanted to start with the Diamondbacks first, just how Mike Hazen is changing everybody. And I want to make a video every day, if I can, a couple videos every day on discussions, and hopefully you guys can message me because I love baseball and I love to talk about baseball. So we'll start with this. Yesterday when I said I think the Arizona Diamondbacks can trade for Mookie Betts, I still think it's possible because we will have a lot of money left over if when Yasmani Tomas's contract comes off the board next year. And Mookie Betts is definitely affordable if we get rid of Robbie Ray, which I think is going to happen, especially him with oblique injuries, because for me, he's such a good pitcher, but he tends to get hurt a lot. He walks a lot of people, and he usually is out in the fifth inning. He really doesn't make the sixth a lot. So at that price, even though he is a good pitcher, I think the value by trading him to have over 20-something million, you can do a lot with. So for me, you could get Mookie Betts, and that's the guy you're looking for, a franchise player that's a hitter, to mix him in the outfield of Peralta and Calhoun, to be like almost a lefty-righty sandwich there. Or which is my part two today trade, is, and this is very possible, is you get Starling Marte. Marte is still 31 years old, and the next couple of years is very affordable. And you don't have to break the bank like you do with Mookie, and you have 2 years to see how he does and to see if you want to extend him. Having Starling Marte on the team, he will hit you 30-something home runs in that book. Think about it. He's in Pittsburgh, and he still hits over 25 home runs. If he goes to Arizona and you put him in that ballpark, he's going to steal you 30 bases. He's going to hit you 35 home runs. Now, if you do Marte, you have Marte, you have Calhoun, both of them who are going to hit over 30 home runs, and Peralta, who, if he stays healthy, is going to hit you 28 to 30 home runs also. You go into the infield with Christian Walker, that's going to hit you around 25 to 30 home runs. You have, now you can take Marte, what you want to do, and put him on second base, who can hit you 30 home runs. You have Nick Ahmed, who can hit you 15 to 20 home runs. You have Eduardo Escobar, who can hit you 25 to 35 home runs, depending on what year he's going to have. And then you have Carson Kelly mixed with Stephen Vogt, who Kelly's going to hit you 20 home runs, and Vogt's going to hit you probably 15 off the bench. You have a huge, extreme beast of a lineup there to go with a great pitching staff in Bumgarner, who, again, if you watch my other video, is going to be a Cy Young candidate again. He's going to change his career. He's going to refresh his career, because in San Francisco, you can see they were going down the last few years. I don't care if he gives up an extra home run or an extra, so all the great ones give up extra home runs. It doesn't matter, as long as you win. He's a tough pitcher. To go right after that, if you trade Ray, you'll have Gallen as your number two, right? You can have Alex Young come in. And then, one of the guys for me, besides Luke Weaver, who is just an absolute beast. The only thing that worries me is his arm strength, because he throws really hard. So I'm hoping he doesn't need surgery. But he looked great when he returned, and if he stays healthy, you've seen how he did for the first almost half of the season with Arizona. He was really well. So again, Madison Bumgarner, Zach Gallen, Luke Weaver. You have Alex Young, who can come, and you still got Merrill Kelly and Mike Leake. I mean, you have a really good pitching staff. You can go get another pitcher later on. That's what doing this. Marte is cheap for the next couple of years. Now, as opposed to Mookie Betts, who, again, I would love him because he would be a franchise player. But if you get Marte, I believe he only costs around $11 million next year, right? Like this year, excuse me. For the next couple of years, between 11 and 15 million, whatever it is, that's not a lot. So if you trade Ray, it's kind of they both cancel each other out, and Marte is going to give you that pop you need in the outfield, and it's going to switch from righty-lefty. It really would be a terrific move. Now, again, this is all because Mike Hazen has changed baseball. He has changed the way people think, and people will copy him. He no longer believes in the word rebuilding. It's just getting better, right? He's taking pieces here and there, getting rid of bad contracts, and he's getting better, more prospects back, and he's still putting a team on the field that's competitive. That is what baseball needs to do, because it's not fair to the fans. It's not fair to teams that are going to tank. It's not fair to teams that just are going to win 60 games. You know, even if you lose, you know, with the wild card, there's no excuse for you not to be a little competitive. You know, there's no excuse. And just having Hazen give fans in Arizona a chance till September, as opposed to GMs who just want to say, oh, the year is over. And then as a fan, you start out, you know, my team is done. So this is just, I think people need to copy Mike Hazen. I think it's a fantastic decision. I think it's just good for baseball. And again, so having a guy like Marte or Mookie Betts is what Arizona needs. And then they can add a few bullpen pieces. So if you take the 30-something million, the 26, 27 million you have, if you trade Ray, you can get Marte. You don't even have to trade Ray. You know, you can trade a couple other players to get Marte. But to me, I want him. I don't want him on San Diego. I want him in Arizona. That ballpark is perfect for Marte. The fact that he can be a 30-30 guy to sandwich him with all these other guys, Arizona will be either first or second in the West. I feel like no matter what, unless the Dodgers go after Lindor and get him and Clevenger, it's a different. The Dodgers are not as fantastic as people think. That's why they always lose in the playoffs. They can get there, but eventually they're just going to start losing. Colorado is no longer in contention anymore. They're not. They're gone. They're not going anywhere. The Giants are out for a very long time, right? So now that just leaves you with a couple teams. So I really think Arizona can get it done. I really think they can challenge for whether it's the wild card or at least win the division. There, they may surprise everybody with around 90. Yeah, last year they won in the 85 or 86 games. So this year they can win 93, 94. That's the difference between what Hazen's doing. We are one or two players away from being a very serious contending team. Anyway, guys, tell me what you think. Tell me if you think it's possible. So who would you like better, Mookie Betts or Starling Marte? I mean, I think I know the answer, but we'll see. We'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.